Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So I need to talk to you about something because I see this everywhere in the comments and I've been wanting to address it for a while now. So many of you are using castor oil, which I love, I really do, but you are using it alone, just straight castor oil on your face. And I understand why, because everyone online is saying, do this, put this on, it's going to rebuild your collagen, it's going to fill in your wrinkles. And here's the thing. Castor oil on its own, especially after 60, is actually working against you in a way that nobody is talking about. But when you mix it, and I'm going to show you exactly what to mix it with, everything changes. Are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. You know, I just got off the phone with my Aunt Nancy. She texts me, she calls me, it doesn't matter what time it is. And she called me this morning and she goes, Nicole, I put that oil on my face last night and I look like a glazed donut. And I said, Nancy, that's exactly why I'm filming today. So, this one is for Aunt Nancy and honestly for all of you who've been doing the same thing. We're going to fix it right now. Okay, so before I show you the mix, and I promise we are getting there, I want to do my skin prep with you because I think it matters to see the whole picture. And also because my skin this morning was not cooperating and I want you to see how I handle that. Because some mornings you wake up and everything is just a little puffy, a little dull, and you look in the mirror and you think, is this my face now? And I just want to say, no, that is not your face. That is your face at 7 in the morning before you've done anything for it. There is a difference. So I'm starting with my micellar water. Always. I don't care how tired I am. I don't care what time it is. This step does not get skipped. Cotton pad saturated, and I'm just pressing it gently across my face. And already you can see a little color on that pad. And I didn't even wear makeup yesterday. That's just what accumulates on our skin overnight. So, micellar water. Every single time. Now I'm going to go in with my eye balm. This is my Fiercely Smooth, and I've talked about this so many times on this channel, but I keep coming back to it because it keeps working. I'm warming just a tiny amount between my ring fingers, always ring fingers on the eye area, ladies, always, and I'm pressing it in here, under the eye, just along the orbital bone. And I'm going to go right up to the lid too because my lids get very dry, and if I don't address that now, everything I put on top just flakes. You know that feeling? When your eyeshadow just flakes off by noon? 9 times out of 10, it's dehydration in the lid. Eye balm fixes that. And I want to tell you something about this product because I get asked about it constantly. I made this because I think it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. I was doing a photo shoot, a full day shoot, and I had a woman in my chair who was in her late 70s and absolutely stunning. And every eye cream I tried as a base was either too greasy and made everything slip, or it had fragrance and her eyes were watering the whole shoot. And I thought, why does this not exist in a clean, simple version for mature skin? So I went and I made it. That's the whole story. Now, eye primer, right over the balm once it's pressed in. And I want to talk about why this step is non-negotiable for women over 50, 60, 70s and beyond. Our lids, and I say this with so much love, our lids have discoloration. They have texture. They have veining sometimes. And when you put shadow directly on that without priming first, the color reads muddy and it fades fast. The primer gives you a clean, even base, and your shadow will actually look like the color it's supposed to be. I did a whole video on eye primers specifically for mature lids. Go find that one because it goes deep. I'm going to just press the primer across the lid, both lids, and let that set for just a moment while we talk about what we're actually doing today. Okay, so, castor oil. I want to start by saying I am not anti-castor oil, not even a little bit. Castor oil is incredible. It has ricinoleic acid in it, which is, it's deeply, deeply moisturizing, and there is real research behind its ability to support circulation in the skin and help with the look of fine lines. And for lashes and brows, We've all seen what it can do. I have a whole video on castor oil for sparse brows. Go watch that if you haven't. But here's the problem. Here's what nobody tells you. Castor oil is extremely thick, like almost sticky thick. And when you put it directly on mature skin, skin that is already a little thinner, a little drier, maybe a little more sensitized than it was in your 40s, it can actually sit on top of the skin instead of absorbing into it. And when it sits on top, it pulls, it drags. And over time, that dragging, especially around the eyes, around the mouth, is doing the opposite of what you want. So the straight castor oil alone thing, we are retiring that tonight. What we are going to do instead is mix it. And the two things we're mixing it with are rosehip oil and vitamin E. That's it. 3 ingredients. And I want to tell you why each one is in there because I feel like you should understand what you're putting on your face, right? Rosehip oil. I've been obsessed with this for years. It has naturally occurring vitamin A in it, which is basically a gentle retinol precursor. And for mature skin, women over 60, 70, 80, it supports collagen production, like genuinely, not in a marketing way, in a real way. And it is lightweight enough to actually carry the castor oil into the skin instead of letting it just sit there. Vitamin E. This is the thing that makes the whole mix work overnight specifically. Vitamin E is a deeply repairing antioxidant and it seals everything in while you sleep. Think of it as the ingredient that holds the whole formula together and says, stay here, do your work, don't go anywhere. So here is the mix. And I'm going to do this right here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Hold on, let me move this. Okay, I have a small clean dish here. You can use the palm of your hand too, doesn't matter. I'm going to do 3 parts rosehip oil, so 3 drops, to 1 part castor oil, which is 1 drop. And then I'm going to puncture 1 vitamin E capsule and squeeze just a little in, not the whole thing, maybe half. And I'm going to mix that together with my fingertip. Now, I'm going to apply this tonight. I'm showing you the technique so you can do it at home, and I want you to watch where I'm placing it. I'm going to the deepest lines first. For me, that's the nasolabial folds here, running from the nose to the mouth. These are the ones that really bother me, honestly, and I'm pressing in with my ring finger, not rubbing. Pressing, small circles if you want, but honestly just pressing is enough. And I'm going here along my lip line because, and I see this constantly on mature women, the lip lines are where so much of the aging shows, and they are the most undertreated area. Everyone does their eyes, everyone does their forehead. Do your lip line, press it right in. Now the eye area, and I want you to be careful here, not on the lid itself tonight, just under the eye and the outer corners where the lines fan out. Just press it in gently. If you have very sensitive eyes, do a patch test first on your inner arm, just to be sure. No big deal, just be aware. And the forehead, if you have deep lines there, go ahead. Just smooth it across and press it in. You are going to sleep in this. And in the morning, micellar water, cotton pad, press and lift. And then I want you to look, really look. Because what rosehip and vitamin E do overnight together on mature skin, my mom tried this. She's 71, she has fair skin, very fine texture, and she called me the next morning and she goes, Nicole, something is different. And she couldn't even name what it was. She just knew. So, try it and report back to me. Okay, so now I want to finish the face because I want you to see how the skin looks when everything is working together. And I'm going to keep this really simple today because I think sometimes we overcomplicate it and then we get overwhelmed and we do nothing. And I'd rather you do 5 simple things really well than 12 things halfway, you know? Color corrector first. I'm going right under the eye here. This is the heavy lifting. This is where we cancel out that bluish-purple shadow that most of us carry under our eyes, especially in our 60s and 70s. I'm using a peachy corrector and just pressing it in. Not a lot, just enough. And I want to say, if you have deeper skin tone, you're going to want something more orange than peach. I did a whole video on color correcting for different skin tones. Go check that out. Now my Nick Ray concealer right on top of that. I'm bringing it down a little further than you might think, down toward the cheekbone, not just right under the lash line. That downward triangle shape, that's where the shadow actually lives on our face. I'm tapping it in. Actually, I'm going to do the other side first so you can see the difference side by side. Look at that. You see how that side just lifts? That's the corrector and concealer working together. That's it. That's the whole trick right there. BB cream now. Very light application. I'm mixing it in my palm with just a drop of my serum first. This is something I've been doing for I don't know how long. It just makes the BB cream move so much better on mature skin, and it never looks cakey. I don't want to blank out my skin. I want you to see it. I want you to see the texture and the realness of it. I'm pressing it in with my hands, working from the center outward. Brows. I need to fill mine in today. They're a little sparse on the ends. I'm using a brow pencil, very light strokes, hair by hair. Quick, done. Blush, my St. Bart's today. This is a cream and I love it for this time of year. It's just a little warmer, a little more bronzy than my Palm Beach. I'm smiling, tapping it right onto the apple and blending upward and back toward the temple. Cream blush on mature skin. I will say this forever. It just looks like skin. It looks like life. It doesn't sit in the lines. Lips. I'm going with my Cameo liner today to just define the lip a little because, and this is something that happens as we age, our lip line kind of softens and fades, and a liner just brings it back without making it look harsh. And then my Just Peachy gloss right over the top. And I think yeah, I like that. Oh. Okay, I have to tell you something. So I have been down a complete rabbit hole this week, and I mean a deep one, on self-tanning. For the face specifically, I've been testing 3 different ones, and I have notes, actual written notes, like I'm in school, and I don't have a video ready yet, but I just want you to know it's coming, because I think there are so many of us who want just a little warmth on our skin, especially in the winter months, and we have no idea where to start. So, that video is coming. Watch for it. So ladies, there you have it. Stop using castor oil alone. That is the whole message today. 3 drops rosehip, 1 drop castor, half a vitamin E capsule, mix it together, press it into your deepest lines tonight before you go to bed. That is your homework. Aunt Nancy is already doing it, and if Nancy is doing it at 80, I think we can all manage it. Okay? Now I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want to know. Have you been using castor oil on your skin, just straight, on its own? Drop it in the comments below and tell me. And if you try this mix, come back and tell me what you saw in the morning, because I read every single comment and I want to hear from you. From all of you, over 50, 60, 70s, 80s, 90s. Henrietta, I know you're watching. I want to hear what it does for your skin. And until my next video, I'll see you later.